a response to the government's lack of transparency in the Jeffery Epstein case by ICT. This isn't just about governments or power protecting the indefensible. It's about how every human being, from the moment life begins, understands right from wrong, and how justifying the choice to ignore it can lead to success until the cost comes due. Stomach pain. Left. Right doesn't matter. This is a power and presumed powerless issue. More of us than you. Nobody is okay with child abuse. If you are, your justification is just the devil speaking in your ear. There is no justification. If Trump wants to lose midterms, regardless of how great he does in any other area, this and Israel support will be it. And they are the same issue. Also, the one issue. Far left, far right, centrist, swing voters, all agree on. So, it's pretty simple. Executive supersedes any classification authority. Not the DOJ, not Pam Bondi. If he wants it done, it happens. Don't give AF who or what agency looks bad. If you enabled this manifestation of evil and ruined young girls' innocence and lives, you get no quarter, no refuge, no for the greater good excuse. There is right and wrong, good and evil. We know it from the moment we have consciousness. Everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's a feeling, and it's deep. It's like a vibration, out of the stomach, but not physically there. At that point, you make a conscious decision. The first time, it bothers you and lingers. The second time, it's a little easier. 20 years later, you don't even notice it, but it's there. You feel it. It surfaces at times, in many forms. But that energy is unmistakable. You either change the frequency or you give in completely. That way, your equilibrium is consistent. It works for a while. But man, it keeps surfacing. Now you need something to help. Maybe suppress it, drown it out, numb it. Maybe something that affects the neural connections and receptor function. Something that not only kills that terrible feeling, but all the feelings. Not ideal, but at least you can do what you want. Without that stomach vibration, that has haunted you your whole life, until one day, the storage capacity of your stomach vibration that you didn't even know exists breaks. You try everything that worked before, to no avail. Nothing works. But at least your spouse left long ago, with the kids. So it is only affecting you. You haven't talked to your best friend, or family, since they had that intervention. Idiots. 4.0. Ivy League. Star athlete. Moved up the chain at corporate so fast. People couldn't believe it. They all loved you. When you paid for dinners, got the new car, and house in the neighborhood so exclusive. You and your parents couldn't believe it was real. Your office friends listened to you vent, but they never really seemed to want to discuss anything other than how everything wrong is someone else's fault. The company you work for is a big deal. You climbed the ladder so fast, the rungs at the bottom broke off. Plus, they don't understand the culture. It's just what people do. Many of your opportunities and network were formed while doing things that required the suppression tactics. That no longer seem to work. I mean, where would you be if you hadn't been part of the club? It's how you get ahead in this game. And you played the game hard, just like high school. The satisfaction you got from that work achievements used to keep the stomach pain at bay. But just like the suppression tactics for the pain, the achievement effect became dull until the achievement validation dissipates completely. No matter how high you climb, none of your work friends do anything outside of the office with you. You alienated most of them. On your epic climb, careerist, they said, backstabber. Well, look where they are, and look where you are. They report to you now. They just don't understand ambition and what it takes. But man, that stomach pain is crippling. You're not sure how, but it feels like it manifested. No longer just a feeling. It's real pain. Or at least it feels like it's real. Doctors can't figure it out. They suggested see a shrink, LOL. Imagine you, who has achieved success most could only dream of, needing to talk to a head doctor. So much shit to get done. Endless fires to put out every day. Sometimes you even create the fires on purpose. When you are focused on work, you're too busy to focus on the stomach pain. That now has no spread to every inch of you being. But you think you might have turned a corner. While your ankle swelled up like a softball, you got a script for some pain meds. You know that stuff is super addictive. Not to be trifled with. You've seen the Netflix show. They did that shit. A fine for how much? Pragmatically, you could see yourself in the same position, making the Sam. No. You climbed the ladder, may have screwed some people over. But there are lines you're pretty sure you never crossed. You're not like them, damn politicians or war profiteers. Knowingly causes suffering for position, power, and wealth. That's not you. You are in tech. Name another industry that has done more for inequality than tech. It's rhetorical, you tell yourself. Your company is literally saving the world from itself. Democratizing information, at least the information that the screeners let through. You helped develop the algorithm. People left to their own devices get radicalized. It's not their fault. Most of them didn't go to an Ivy League school. Simple folk is the approved vernacular. I mean, they still have yard sales, rodeos, town fairs, and most of them even still get dressed up for church. Not on Easter and Christmas, which you do for tradition, like for real. Throw on their Sunday best, and are there all day. Some even go multiple times a week. Studying a book that was clearly constructed by a bunch of primitive people who didn't understand science yet. Man. Thinking about that almost made you forget the pain. You started taking more and more of that script. It really helps you sleep and seems to put you in a hole. Hard to describe it, but it kind of feels like a warm blanket. The pain is barely noticeable at first, but the effect of the drugs is weighing. You keep running out of your script, but the doctor put you in for a higher dose. After you explained, you have such a high tolerance. He began to question you, but you reminded him. that your firm's PE department bought his practice. Is he really going to deny? Essentially his boss's owner. It improved for a while, but now even the refills aren't enough. Resourcefulness is a quality you've always had in spades. Things keep chugging along. But then you remembered Christmas, your former favorite holiday, is now when the pain gets the worst. Your former spouse and kids moved back home. You hate that place, full of simple folk. They don't travel, do the same thing they always did. Never experienced the world of the rush of the big city at Christmas. You were very clear. You will buy the kids everything they want, without question. But you're not wasting the handful of days. You can actually break away from the office every year. In that place, they knew that when you were married. And it hasn't changed. I mean, that's why you separated in the first place. They changed, not you. You just got more important, and everything has a cost. The cost for success is time. Sacrifices have to be made to achieve any meaningful level of success. Your mentor taught you that when you were a college intern. As evidenced by your achievements, you don't see how someone could even argue. A counterpoint. But man, that freaking pain is so intense. It's coming out of your eyeballs. Given the level of pain, you did what any pragmatist would do. Used your resourcefulness to find something stronger. When you take the new pain suppressor, it initially causes a sudden acceleration of the stomach pain. But you can feel it when it hits your bloodstream. The warm blanket feeling spreads like a wash over your whole body. But this Christmas Eve, the pain is extra intense. So you take another dose, then another. You notice your breathing has slowed significantly. But the pain just won't go away this time. You lay down, as walking around seems to tax your breathing significantly. Well, you miss the kids, and pain is not subsiding. And you just want this stupid holiday to be over. The kids will be here for New Year's. That's what was decided during litigation. Yeah, one more shot. You're so exhausted from that acquisition deal. You closed yesterday. Months and months of negotiations. But it was critical. Last quarter wasn't terrible, but not what the board was looking for. I guess they don't know how hard you work and how much you sacrificed for the company, just like everyone else. Love you when times are good, but it's all your fault when things aren't. Okay, you decided. One more dose, and you'll probably sleep through Christmas. That's 24 hours closer to seeing you kids, one getting ready to graduate from high school. You used your connections, and they are going to your alma mater. Chip off the old bock. There was some massaging of records. They had a couple hiccups with drugs. Not scripts, though. Not like you. They aren't even in pain. Just kids being kids. Everyone understands. And even if they didn't, you're the biggest donor to endowment. It's not like they're going to tell you no anyway. Okay. One more dose. Wake up. They'll be here before you know it. That helped. Warmness washing over again. Breathing really slowing. Getting sleepy. It kind of feels like you're drowning. Stomach pain, ICT.
Power, silence, and the cost we all pay. ICT.